One boy drunk driving a Porsche at 180 km per hour. Two people died on the spot. But when it came to justice, his age stood in the way. He was 17. Under the Amendment Juvenile Justice Act, minors can be tried as adults if they are aware of consequences in the case of heinous crimes. So why is that in the Pune Porsche case that accused doesn't qualify to be tried as adult? Was he not aware of consequences, or is the murder of two promising young engineers on Pune roads not heinous? Hi, this is Khatija and you're watching the Free Press Journal. In this video, we'll walk you through the entire timeline of the Pune Porsche crash case. What exactly happened that tragic night? How did the system, the police, the hospital and even the juvenile board appear to look the other way? Why was the accused granted bail just 15 hours later with the condition of writing an essay? And most importantly, why is he still being treated as a child when the crime is committed ended two young lives forever? Let's dive deep into this disturbing case of privilege, power and a failed system. So firstly, let's go back to the night that changed two families forever. Well, it was just past 3 a.m. on May 19, 2024. A 17-year-old boy, the son of a prominent builder in Pune, had just finished celebrating his exam results. Not with family, not with a quiet dinner, but by illegally drinking alcohol. Under Maharashtra law, the legal drinking age is 25. This boy wasn't even 18. He wasn't legally allowed to drink, drive, or even enter a bar. But that didn't stop him. He got behind the wheel of his father's Porsche. At around 3:15 a.m. in the Kalyani Nagar area, he rammed into a two-wheeler from behind. A brutal high-speed collision. The bike was carrying Anish Avadia and Ashwini Koshtha, both 24, both software engineers, both from Madhya Pradesh. They were flung into the air. Eyewitnesses say the impact was so violent that they died on the spot. Two young lives ended instantly. Dreams, careers, families, all destroyed in seconds. Now the shocking aftermath, a web of cover-ups. What should have followed was immediate arrest, legal procedures and proper investigation. But here's what actually happened. First, the accused wasn't breathalyzed immediately. Second, he was taken to the police station and fed burgers and waters, reportedly to dilute alcohol levels. Third, the police didn't inform senior officers, violating basic protocols. Fourth, when blood samples were finally taken, they turned out to be his mother's, not his. Yes, you heard that right. To protect the boy, the hospital replaced his blood samples with those of his mother. The accused wasn't just shielded by one institution. This was an orchestrated effort involving police officers, doctors, hospital staff, and middlemen. All of this came to light only after massive public outrage, and once the story exploded, national arrest began. Two senior doctors, Ajay Tavre and Sri Hari Halnor, a hospital employee, Atul Ghatkamble, and even the boy's mother and father were named in the case. Then comes the bizarre bail order that broke the internet. Within just 15 hours of the crash, the Juvenile Justice Board granted bail to the accused. The conditions? First, write a 300-word essay on road safety. Second, attend counseling session. This was not just disappointing, it was downright absurd. There was outrage from every corner, media, citizens, and the legal community. What kind of message does this send? That two lives are worth of a few words on paper. That privilege can buy you freedom even after homicide. Now, following the backlash, the JJB changed its stance and placed the boy in an observation home. But even that was challenged in court, and eventually the Bombay High Court allowed him to return home. So the question remained, will he ever be tried like an adult or continue to be shielded like a child? Now coming to the legal loopholes and a history of inaction. Under the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act, which was amended in 2015 after the Nirbhaya gang rape case, minors aged 16 to 18 can be tried as adults if they commit a heinous offense, and the board is satisfied they understood the consequences of their actions. Pune police applied for the citing section 304 IPC, culpable homicide not amounting to murder, punishable up to 10 years. But the JJB rejected it. Why? Because they argued the law defines heinous crimes, as those where the minimum punishment is 7 years, and since section 304 starts from less than that, it technically doesn't qualify. This is legal gymnastics. A crime that killed two people were premeditated in its recklessness, involved deliberate cover-ups by adults, and yet wasn't deemed. Is it heinous enough? Even more disturbing is what senior lawyers revealed after this judgment.
Today, Honorable JJB Pune has ordered that in this offence, which is related to Kalyani Nagar Porsche car case of 2024, which occurred in the 19th of May, Honorable JJB has decided or hold that the offence what was committed by that particular CCL, that small boy, is not heinous offence as per the definition and as per the provisions given in the act itself. no doubt this particular judgment requires some due deliberations from all the sides. Basically, there is a flaw in the provision of law. This is what I feel as a lawman. But with the colleague of mine, with the officers, those who have investigated the matter, those who lead the investigation entirely, after having a due consultation, we will take appropriate decision. But I will tell at this stage that law will definitely take its own course for the larger interest of the society.
First, in Pune courts, no minor has ever been tried as an adult, even in rape or murder cases after the Nirbhaya ruling. Second, in fact, the police have never been filed such applications before. So is this a one-off failure or a pattern? Now, most importantly, why Juvenile Board did not allow Porsche crash accused to be tried as adult? Well, the Juvenile Justice Board ruled that the accused cannot be tried as an adult because the charges against him, including Section 304 of IPC, Motor Vehicles Act violations and the Prevention of Corruption Act, do not meet the minimum 7-year sentence threshold required to label an offence as heinous. So even though 2 lives were lost and evidence was tampered with, the board concluded that the case doesn't legally qualify for adult trial under Section 15 of the Juvenile Justice Act. They accepted the defense's argument that the law is reformative, not punitive. Now a family's grief that a system doesn't listen. Anish's father Om Avadia spoke to the media on the 1-year mark of his son's death. Our son is no longer with us. Nothing can ever bring him back. But justice could have sent a message. It could have meant something, but it didn't. His voice cracked as he said, not a single day goes by where we don't think about him, remember him, or imagine what life could have been like. Ashwini Koshta's family too has been waiting silently, helplessly, for justice that seems more out of reach each day. Meanwhile, the accused is home, living his life, free because the law still sees him as a child. So what now? Is this the end? Well, Pune police have said they will now appeal the JJB ruling in a higher court. Police Commissioner Amitesh Kumar said that the 10 other accused, including doctors and family members, are still in custody. But the main accused, the boy behind the wheel, is free, and this leads to the most uncomfortable questions of all. First, what is the point of having a juvenile justice amendment? Second, even if the most obvious shocking public case doesn't qualify. So 2 promising lives ended. A city shocked, a family shattered, a child of privilege protected. This is no longer just about Pune. It's about what happens when the law factors technicalities over truth. It's about what happens when the law favors technicalities over truth. Justice is supposed to be blind, but in this case, it seems to be blindfolded by privilege. If a 17-year-old can drink, drive and kill and walk free, what stops others from doing the same? We need more than outrage, we need accountability, we need action in court, in policy and in society. So if you believe this boy should be tried as an adult, not as a privileged child, share this story, keep the conversation going. Like, comment and subscribe to the Free Press Journal for more such investigation. This is Khatija signing off.